We are breaking even this month, and this month, I would say we've increased month over month by $2,500. It was very important to us to be able to communicate when we were having challenges, and the team has been very receptive to that the whole way through. If somebody is looking to take their business to the next level, especially if they're a new business, there's no reason not to do it.
Today I'm here with Aaron and Aziza at Very Good Laundry. How did you guys hear about us?
I think it was an ad, honestly. We were starting to look for like laundromat marketing specific companies. Yeah, this kind of always happens like when we're looking for something involving a laundromat. It kind of just pops up on an ad like immediately. And you guys popped up. And I think you had a relationship with Sense, who we partner with our equipment, some stuff for our equipment. So it kind of was pretty seamless in that way.
If you mind just telling me a little bit about your guys' story and how you guys got started in the laundry space?
Like I told you a little bit before we started rolling, I've worked in the music industry for like 10 plus years. And we kind of were looking for other places to, I guess, insert a lot of our time and try something new. And Laundromats or something that we doing some research on. We visited a bunch of them, met some really good distributors who helped us out a lot and helped us find our store. So that's kind of like when we kind of jumped off.
Yeah, and I would say, I work in healthcare, so customer service is something that is at the forefront of healthcare, right? You're competing with every other healthcare entity in the world. And, the laundromat service, I think, really translated very well when it came from healthcare experience. I run healthcare businesses, and so really trying to bring that to the community in a different way, I think, was our goal.
Awesome, great. Did you guys start off with a Very Good brand, or how did that come along?
Yeah, I just wanted like a simple name. It's nothing like not a whole lot behind it. I just wanted like a simple.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys didn't acquire that name with the past owner or anything?
Question. I'm gonna answer.
Yeah,
Definitely more to it. Well, I think when you're thinking about branding, anything in the laundromat world, I think trying to be catchy is hard. You see like the laundry basket, the laundry room, trying to find a name that people can resonate with. The concept of having very good clothes, very good laundry, I think was where the idea came from. And so when we thought about the name, we wanted a name that we could expand to other services, right? So very good pickup, very good fluff, very good, very good vending was something we talked about, right? So trying to give that feeling or that psychological aspect of everything is very good, and very great sounded a little bit odd. I think very good landed better. And so when we, surveyed people around us, hey, what do you think about this name or this name? Very good landed very well.
Right. Yeah. And that makes a lot of sense. I feel like tons of our clients and a lot of businesses out there, especially in the laundry space, have that exact same name that you're talking about, right? Like the spin cycles or whatever it may be, right? So you guys are different on that matter. Yeah. So yeah, no, I like it too. And it does stand out. So that's great. When you guys started working with us, what was your experience?
I would say it was very easy from the pitch to signing. The contract was very straightforward, easy to read. I think that's something that's really hard, especially in the laundry space. When we first started out, I would say we saw some pretty horrendous contracts from different people, especially when it came to like lease agreements. I think that was really hard. So, having a contract that's very straight to the point, very clear, very fair, no gouging. I mean, the profit margin for laundromats, as you know, is very small. So every cost matters, right? How many spin cycles do I need to do in order to pay for this marketing, right? And it was very important to us to be able to communicate when we were having challenges, and the team has been very receptive to that the whole way through.
Yeah, that's great. And then just to kind of touch on our pricing and how we do our contracts, because you did mention it, like you said, we try to be as fair as possible. We worked with so many laundromats at this time, as well as like my business partner obviously owns laundromats, Dave and Carla Men's. So we understand where all the margins often sit. So we try price our marketing services as fairly as possible. You'll notice even in other industries, the exact same services with the exact same level of effort are going to cost a lot more because people can essentially charge that much more because the profit's there, right? We don't do that. We make it so that everyone can afford our services. Doesn't matter if you're starting very small or if you're, established laundromat owner with 5-6 locations, right? So we always factor that in. And then then coming down to the contract, we'd like to just do that 4-month contract out the gate because we feel like that gives us enough time to really show you that things are working for you. So we want to make sure that the people who we acquire in month 1, they're going to be coming back in month 2, but those people in month 2 are going to be coming back in month 3, and then so are the people in month 1, right? And then that's when you start noticing that compounding new customer base, and it starts to make sense for your business. If you shut it off too early, you're not going to see that reoccurring revenue come through, and you're often going to be pulling the pin too quick and not understanding that it genuinely is helping your business, right? So that's kind of why we do that. And then after that, that's when we move to the month to month, because we want to make sure that you're absolutely happy with what's happening, and we're completely open and transparent with that, and we allow you to essentially make that decision on your own time.
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense. And in comparison to other marketing opportunities that didn't, enlist a service, so like Yelp and Google and things like that, for the amount of money that you're paying for this agreement in comparison to those with a body and a rep and somebody who will help you through the process, I would say it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, exactly. And we want to act as like your fractional marketing company, right? Like we don't really put a cap on how many times you can communicate with us in a month or whatever that may be. Some companies do that. Okay, we'll meet you at the end of the month. We'll talk about your results. We're very open. We're like, book in when you need us. We're here. If you feel like you're happy with how things are going and you don't need to chat as often, that's fine. That's really up to you. But it's very open door policy. Like we want to make sure that every day you have an opportunity to speak with us if that's what you're looking for, to make sure that you're getting the results and you're seeing what we're seeing. Because at the end of the day, we see numbers, and that data often means more visits, which means more revenue. But you guys are the ones that actually are seeing this money come in, these new faces. And if we're not communicating regularly, our numbers might look good. You're not seeing what actually is important, which is the revenue. And then that doesn't make sense, right? So we have to have like that open level of communication, and any marketing company who is limiting that is essentially closing off opportunities for you guys to grow.
And I think you make a great point, because at the end of the day, you get in what you put in, right? And so us as laundromat owners, I think we're very meticulous and methodical about the steps that we're taking, and we micromanage all the way down to the quarter. So we know what is and isn't working. And one of the things that, Aaron and I have been intentional about is being cognizant about making too many changes at one time, right? You can't really evaluate what is and is not working if you're incorporating, 7 marketing strategies at one time. It's like, focus on one thing, see how it pans out, and then you make your changes. And so, I would say for anybody who's working with you guys, because you guys are doing, the front end part, we need to be doing our part and really making sure that we're managing, is that platform actually working? Is that service actually working? And communicating with you guys in advance. Hey, my fluff and fold isn't doing so well. What happened? Did something change? Change the strategy a little bit here. My walk-in is doing great. Don't touch it, So like really up to us to be giving you guys the other side of the data. Like you said, you're looking at one piece. It looks great to you, but then am I seeing that on my side? And communicating in advance. The prompter we are, the quicker you guys can make an adjustment. So
yeah, absolutely. And honestly, it's like laundromat owners like yourselves that make our life look so much easier, because we're able to acquire that information much faster. And you're the type of partners that we love to have, because we're able to get you better results faster, right? So that's great. And you kind of answered one of my questions there, which was, what made you decide to work with LaundroBOOST over other options? If you want to touch on that just real quick again.
Yeah, I mean, we met with a few different companies. One, I would say, is price. There's no like quote unquote secret sauce, right? You just either are good at it or you're not, right? You either know how to do it or you don't. But I would say that the communication of your team was what really sold us on going forward. So we definitely, cost was at the forefront. Second was communication, because I would be willing to spend more as long as I had great partnership. So that was good. And then I would say what made us stay, because I think now we're either in our 4th month or past our 4th month, but what's making us stay, and even Aaron and I have had conversations about reducing overhead. I'm like, don't touch LaundroBOOST. We still need that, because when something went wrong, like our fluff and fold revenue was dipping for some reason, we immediately, like you said, scheduled on the calendar link, got with the team. They reviewed everything. They said, okay, we're going to fix strategy. And sure enough, the next month we saw strong improvement. I would say maybe about a $400 boost. So, that in itself, I think, is very important to have that immediate response. Anytime we reach out, we get great communication. So that's what really sold us and keeps us. Retention is the same for pickup and delivery, right? The minute you up, they're done. So you guys are doing great.
Great. Awesome. And then that's honestly like our biggest thing at LaundroBOOST is customer service. I stand by the team that we built when it comes to actually running the ads and the systems and the formulas and things that we have in house to make sure we get you the results that you deserve. But the only thing that we can truly mess up on is having poor customer service, because we know that we have that other part on lock. So that's why we put so much effort into our customer service, making sure that they are there and available for you guys, even to the point where we're probably over hiring on the customer service side. Like we run with way more account managers than most companies would need, so that you guys get the attention that you need when you need it, right? That's something that we'll always do at LaundroBOOST, make sure that we're customer first. Because at the end of the day, like the most important thing to myself and our team is actually retention. I don't care how many clients we sign. I only care about how many we retain, because I know that those leads are going to come in, and I know that the results speak for themselves. But if we continue to retain clients, we're only going to scale from there. So that's the biggest thing.
100%. And don't break, don't touch what's not broken, right? So
Yeah.
and it's working, just let it run.
Yeah, exactly. And so let's kind of get into a little bit about your guys' situation. So how quickly did you start noticing changes after signing up with us?
I want to say our website and everything went live by July, I would say. And from that time, we were doing a little bit of like customer service on our end, right? We were there. So, we do want to give credit to that. But in July, I would say, we were doing okay. We weren't even covering our rent yet, though. So that was really our first goal, was, can we cover our rent? The store was not up to the level that it needed to be. And so within 1 month, we were able to cover our rent 100%.
Wow, that's 1 month of starting with LaundroBOOST.
Right after.
Yeah, honestly, it's crazy because I
To the point of 100% rent coverage. Yeah.
and that would you say was that mostly in self-service, wash and fold?
Self-service.
Yes, and yes, self-service. We were able to cover our rent 100% within 1 month of signing.
And it's like a bold, kind of a bold statement that I think we talked to Eric.
Yeah.
And that was kind of his thing, like, we're gonna get you self-serve, we're gonna work it, we're gonna make it work. And we were like, all right, dude, we'll see.
Yeah, because that's the easiest to grow, at least in our eyes, right? So basically, like anything like location-based self-service wash and fold, but especially self-service, we got to make sure that we're running your ads at a really high level to make sure that you're ranking for any time those people are in the moment looking for those like location-based keywords, right? Like laundromat near me, laundry service, etc. We want to make sure that you're popping up. If we can do that, oftentimes all we'll need to do is make sure you have really quality photos, great reviews, putting you right at the top with that sponsored ad. That person will click the directions tab and then they're on their way, right? And those are like lower cost per click, so your money's gonna go a lot further. These are people in the moment looking for a laundromat, so as long as kind of you're in the top, or you're gonna be the one often selected, right? If the things like wash and fold, pickup and delivery, there's a lot of like questions that these customers need to ask themselves, right? Like, do I need to be spending this money? Where or are my clothes gonna come back shrunk? Number of different things. Are they getting washed with other people's clothes, right? So there's questions, there's things that kind of like put blocks in the way of you and that customer. Plus, those are a little more high ticket, so your budget doesn't go as far. Not just saying that those things aren't accomplishable, and we have great success with it, with everything that we do here at LaundroBOOST for laundry services. It's just certain things are a little bit easier than others, and we're extremely confident on the self-service side of things, obviously, like Eric said. So,
well, yeah, even so, 3 months after August would be this month, and this month I would say we've increased month over month by $2,500.
wow, that's incredible. I mean, maybe we got
No other market.
maybe we got to up the ad spend a little bit too,
You're trying to raise my price. No.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. So right now, our self-service covers our rent and our initial loan requirement.
That's
So
great.
everything else is profit. Yeah.
Well, congratulations. That's awesome. I love hearing that, honestly, more than anything. That's like what helps me sleep at night, is knowing that we're helping owners like yourselves. And then obviously you got to contribute a lot of the success to you guys and what you're doing, because like your customers wouldn't come back if they didn't feel like they were getting a good service, coming in and visiting a safe location, all the things that go along with running a proper laundromat. So congratulations. That's awesome. You clearly have a great business running, and we're happy to be a part of it. What part of our service has been the most valuable for your business?
I would say your marketing for the walk-in, as
Yep.
in the self-service, is the least effort for us. Obviously, we want to grow our fluff and fold pickup and delivery, and that is our second bigger project. that's a tougher market to compete with. I mean, we're competing with all these different apps that are charging crumbs for laundry services, right? So
Yeah.
it's a really hard market. So your customer service is the only thing you have, but getting that customer to agree to that the first time is the hardest part, right? So I would say the self-service definitely, because what it does is it continues that community respect and footprint where they remember you. They know who you are. They saw you. It's kind of like when you watch those advertisements about something that you don't really want and you watch it 100 times, like, okay, maybe I do need it. And so that's kind of how I feel our marketing has been working, getting the community. I mean, we're competing with, I want to say like 6 laundromats within like a 3-ish mile radius. So for us to still be doing this well with that much competition, and 2 of them for sure are more new renovated laundromats that technically look really well, right? So
Yeah.
anyway,
California's tough.
it's hard. It's
Yeah.
hard. But I would say even still, we're doing really, really well, and we continue to trend up. You know, I would say this month in total, we are going to double our revenue from the time we purchased, if not 3 times. It's
Wow, that's
really
great.
good.
And what we can do too, and we'll talk about the wash and fold and everything on this call, on this call at the end. We'll all stay on. But what we can do too, and a good thing is, because like that ad spend obviously doesn't go as far. You mentioned you have that competition with those low ticket competitors. What is going to have to happen is those people will use those services. They'll realize they're not the quality that they're looking for, and they'll probably take some time off and assume it's like a industry standard thing. And then they'll be back and they'll find you eventually. And when they do, they'll stick with you because of the level of service that you provide. But what you can do too, and we're more than happy to provide this for you, just for you sitting down with us today, is we'll put together some signs and everything, some custom signs for your brand that you guys can then have created and put around your location to push the wash and fold too. So then when you do have those self-service customers, obviously they're a different type of customer avatar, but you know, you might get that person who like wants a little bit more time back in their day and wants to give it a free shot for their first wash and fold or whatever it may be, right? So we'll help you create some of those graphics and everything so you can put them up. Yeah, that's free of charge, and we'll just set you up for that.
Thank you.
If any other laundromat owners are on the fence of working with us, what would you say to them?
Run, don't walk. I mean, again, it depends on what you put in it, right? You're only going to get the success in the time frame that you're looking for. We had a goal to break even as a company by 9 months. That was what we heard was like pretty close to industry standard for a laundromat. 9 months, you'll break even. We bought the laundromat in mid-March. It was only generating about $3,000 a month, and we are breaking even this month. So, you know, I would say that we did really good in, 6 months, and our machines didn't get installed until May. So, for us to break even in such a short amount of time, there's no question, if you want to be successful, you have to spend the money. It's just the way it is, pay to play, and if you're going to invest so much money in a project like this and in a business like this, it's not worth it to skim on the marketing side. You really need somebody that's going to partner with you, hear your concerns, work with you through them, and make adjustments, right? Sometimes I see, we were talking with someone not long ago, and they were designing a website and we just didn't like it. And I felt like they were kind of offended by us critiquing it. And it like not a good feeling for us either, and when we did our website with you all and we kind of critiqued, and we kept critiquing. We were like, oh, we want to change this. Now we want to change it. And everybody was like, got it. We're on it. We're going to do it tomorrow. All right. It'll be done tomorrow. We got, and it was just so easy because we know what we want. We just don't know how to curate it. Right. And so we need you guys to help us with that part. And, if somebody is looking to take their business to the next level, especially if they're a new business, there's no reason not to do it. It is definitely affordable, and the outcome is tenfold,
I had a guy recently call. I think he wanted to purchase the laundromat, which I get those calls like 5 times a day. But I told him we just bought it and we weren't really selling. So he started just picking my brain as me being a current owner and him being a future owner. And he asked me, what is one thing that you would have done differently? And I think my answer was that I would have like got into laundromat marketing much sooner. The kind of the digital battle of the whole thing. I was like, that feels like the new playground. That's where people are looking. That's where they're searching for their laundromat, especially, I guess, like our generation, our age group. We're jumping on the phone first. We want to see pictures of it. We want to know where it is, what's it close to. Yeah, I told him, as soon as you get one, you got to jump into digital marketing for your laundromat. I know a good team. Let me know when you're ready, but yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate that, but you're 100% correct. And that's not just me just saying this because obviously I own a laundromat marketing company. But
Yeah.
this is true for anything location based, right? So it doesn't matter if like you're a
Anything.
spa or anything,
Yeah.
or bowling alley. Like it doesn't really matter if you're not coming up first on Google. You're missing out on over 80% of the traffic. So what there is there's like that Google 3-pack, right? The first 3 businesses, and now they'll sponsor that on top of it. And if you're not within that like that first 4, so the 3 ranking organically, and then the 4th with an ad, you're missing out on 80% of the traffic. So only 20% of people are going to that second page, and then now you're fighting against potentially hundreds of laundromats, right? So that is the key, honestly, especially with location-based services like self-service and wash and fold. You have to be coming up in that top area. It really that can determine the success of a business very quickly.
Yeah.
So you're 100% accurate, and that's really where we put like a lot of our focus on. The great thing is like we've been around for 3 or 4 years now, but I've been doing this for 5, like 6 maybe, for just laundromats, and we know exactly what works for each service, and we're not going to mess around with things that we know don't work. And when you come to us, we already have that all laid out and planned. And if you were ever to work with another marketing company who maybe wasn't laundry specific, you're going to have to spend money and time trying to figure out exactly how this is going to work and explain to them the difference between self-service and pickup and delivery or whatever that may be. And that little window is enough often for people to decide marketing doesn't work for me. And that's not the truth. It's just like you haven't had the right team that understands your business enough to make it work fast enough for you to believe in it. How has working with us affected your day-to-day operations and management?
Other than the fact that you guys are bringing us more success and making us more busy, that's probably the only thing that's changed. I'm just more busy, and that's good. It's harder to keep the store clean. I was just telling Aziza this, like it's hard to keep the store. I'm here today just to clean because the more people are there, the more dirty it is, and that's a good thing. You don't want a super clean store all the time. So yeah, I'm just loving the fact that there's just always something to do because we got it's people in there. And as far as just like communication, like any problem, like we already mentioned, any problem at all, I send an email, it's getting back to us quickly with a solution and answer. We can jump on a call. That's been like that's not no hiccup at all. Like that's been super easy.
Yeah, great. And honestly, we're just here to be your fractional marketing company, right? So at the end of the day, like anything marketing related, we just want to make sure that that's taken off your mind.
Yeah.
Anything like design, anything that you need around the location, signage, whatever that may be, you have it at your fingertips. And that's kind of our goal, is just to make it so that you guys can essentially focus on, like you said, just worrying about things at the location and nothing else. And we're just an extension of your team at the end of the day for a great price.
If you're a laundromat owner watching this and thinking, I want results like this for my business, we'd love to help. Head over to LaundroBOOSTmarketing.com and book a free custom consultation with our team today. We'll take a look at your local market, your current online presence, and show you exactly where the biggest growth opportunities are. And here's a bonus for watching this video. If you mention this video before the end of February 2026, you'll receive free onboarding when you sign up. No pressure, no guesswork. Just a clear plan built specifically for your laundromat. Visit LaundroBOOSTmarketing.com, book your free consultation, and let's grow your business. We'll see you on the inside.